presentation. Now we will be looking deflection of cantilever beam with point load and UDL. So we have covered simply supported beam and its types and what are the different types of load. It may be point load or UDL in combination of both. So we have discussed that and we have derived the equation for a cantilever beam and a simply supported beam. So right now we shall add up some cantilever problems and which carries either a point load or UDL by using moment area method. Determine the slope and deflection at the free end of a cantilever beam as shown in figure by moment area method. So when you compare simply supported beam and cantilever beam, so it is easier to calculate the slope and deflection due to less analysis work. So here you no need to find the reactions and you can straight away take the bending moment and you can use theorem 1 and theorem 2. Hence the calculation of reactions is being reduced here. And let us take a cantilever beam which is having 2 point loads at a distance of 4 meter from point A and 2.5 meter from point A. So it is 15 kilonewton and another load is 10 kilonewton. Now in order to find the slope, so the theorem 1 states that the area of bending moment diagram divided by EI can be taken as the slope and area into the centroidal distance. So the area of bending moment diagram into centroidal distance will be the deflection. So let us first find the bending moment. So for easily solving the problem, let us consider each and every point load and find the bending moment. Finally, we have to add that. So this is a simple procedure in order to sort out the complicated problem. If you are having 2 or 3 or more number of loads, take each and every load separately and find the bending moment. You will be adding those bending moment in order to get your complete structure. So likewise, here you will be taking the 10 kilonewton load only and let us find the bending moment. So 10 into 4, so that will be your bending at the point A. So it will be 40 by EI and you can join the lines and this is the bending moment at point A due to the load 10 kilonewton and due to the 15 kilonewton load 15 into 2.5 and it is taken as 37.5. So this is the value. You can join the line with respect to B. So first we have found out the bending moment and the centroid will be 2/3 of base. So base here is 4 and 2/3 into 4 will be 2.67. Also with respect to C, here we need slope and deflection at the point C. Hence we are considering the centroid with respect to the C. Okay. The second bending moment, the centroid will be 2/3 of B. So the 2/3 into base is 2.5 meter and plus you need to add this remaining 1.5 meter till the point C. So we are finding the distance from the point C where you need the deflection and it will be 3.17 meter. So after finding these two steps, you can go to find the theta C. So the area of bending moment diagram, this two area we have to add. So half BH, half into base is 4 and height is 40 plus half into base is 2.5, height is 37.5. So if you add this, you will be getting minus 126.875 by EI. So this will be your theta and if you substitute EI, it is given as 8000. You will be getting 0.0158 radian per meter as your theta. And the next one, if you need deflection, you have to multiply this area into the centroid. So this is the first area which we already found here and the distance will be 2.67 plus the second area half BH into 3.17 which will give you the deflection. So it is minus 362.2 by EI. So if you substitute 8000, you will be getting in terms of 45.3. So it is in mm. You have to multiply the value into 1000. So it will yield you in terms of mm. So the final deflection at point C is 45.3 mm. So In this problem, you are having 2 point load and a UDL. If you have 3 number of loads, you have to find 3 number of bending moment for each and every load. So let us find one by one. We have to compute the deflection at the free end of a cantilever beam. So the free end is at A. So let us find the bending moment for the load 25 kilonewton. So 25 into the distance is 2 plus 1 is 3. 25 into 3 is 75 by EI, and for this 30 kilonewton load, 30 into 1 will be 30, and for this UDL you will be getting 15 into 1 into 1 by 2. So that is 7.5 by EI. So it will be a parabola, and these are the 3 bending moment diagram. And since you need deflection at point A, you have to take centroid from the point A. So for this triangle, you will be having the centroid at 2/3 of the base. Let us first find the theta A. So we need the theta at the point A. So the area has to be found out, and half BH, half into 3 into 75 by EI. It is written here, and plus half into 1 into 30 by EI. It is written due to the parabolic shape by using 1/3 of BH. So 1/3 of B is 1 and H is 7.5. So if you add that, you will be getting 130 by EI is your theta A. So here the EI is not given, hence we can keep this as a ratio. And if you want to find deflection, the same area, you have the value for the first area as 112.5 into the centroidal distance, that is 2/3 of B, and 2/3 of breadth is 3 meter. And for this second area, the area is 15 into 2/3 of B. So here the base is 1 meter and 2/3 of 1 plus 2. So you have to consider the centroid from the point A. The 2/3 of B will give you the centroidal distance to the point B. From there, if you want to consider the point A, you have to add plus this 2 meter. The same way, if you want to find the centroidal distance of this shape, you have to use 3/4 of B. So 3/4 of base is 1 meter plus the 2 meter. So if you add this, you will be getting 271.875 by EI. This will be your deflection at A. So your solution is as simple as that. Yes, this is a different problem. You have to find the bending moment at the free end. So at A, you have to find the bending moment. So if you have a UDL which is in between the support, so that is 4 meter. So out of 8 meter, in the 4 meter of the span, you are having a UDL. So what happens, under this particular area, you will be having a curved parabola, and after that you will be having a straight line. So in this point, you have to be careful while you are calculating the area of a triangle, area and centroid. So this is the only difference between the previous and this problem. So let us find the solution. Here the EI is given, and let us first find the bending moment diagram. So let us take bending moment at B. So there will be only one diagram due to one load. To find bending moment, the UDL formula is load into distance by 2. So load is 2 kilonewton into distance is 4 and 4 by 2. So if you multiply that, you will be getting moment at the point D, and moment at point D is 16 kilonewton per meter. In 16 kilonewton per meter is written here, and there will be a curved shape in between C and D. You can see in between this area you will be having a curved parabolic shape. And if you want bending moment at point B, load is 2, distance is 4 into 4 by 2 plus you have to add this 2 meter. So it is written here, and you will be getting 32 by EI. So this is the next type of value. Due to the different case of loading, you have to consider bending moment at each and every different place in order to get the complete area. So if you are taking bending moment at C, there is no load which is acting at the span A and C. Hence, you will not be having any bending moment here. So, since you need deflection at the point A and the theta at point A, here the requirement is deflection. So, let us find the centroid from the point A, and you will be having the area as 1/3 of base into height. So 1/3 of base is 4, height is 16. You will be getting the area as P1, and the x1 for this area will be 3/4 of the base. So 3 by 4 into 4, 3 by 4 into 4 plus the 2 meter. So you will be getting x1 as 5 meter, and for the second area, that is P2, up to this you know this 16 meter, and you can drop a horizontal line, and this line meets at the same height as 16 by A at the point B. So you can consider it as a rectangle. So the area of rectangle is breadth into height. So breadth will be 2 into 16. So 2 into 16 is written here, that will be 32 by A, and x2 will be B by 2 is the centroidal formula for the rectangle, and 2 by 2 will be 1 plus the distance between A and D is 6 meter. So 1 plus 6, so totally 7 meter. And for the third area, that is this triangle, if you subtract 16 by A minus 32 by A, you will be getting 16 by A. So the height of this triangle is 16 by A, and the base is 2 meter, and you can find the area of this triangle by half into base is 2, height is 16 by A. So you will be getting this area, and for finding the centroid, you have to use 2/3 of B. So 2/3 into 2, 2/3 into 2 is written here, plus the distance is 6 meter. So you got 7.33 meter if you know the area and distance. So the first area is 21.33 into the centroid, and the second area is 32 into 7 plus 16 into 7.3. So if you add everything, you will be getting 447.93 by EI as your deflection. So EI value is given here. You can divide that, multiply by 1000, you will be getting in terms of mm. So 29.86 mm is your answer. Yes. Let us go to a next cantilever beam. In some cases, there might be a stepped span. So your span might not be a single depth, it might have different depth. So you can see a beam here which is having a support of A and which is fixed, and at support B you are having a point load, and in between that you are having two different depth of the section. So one section is higher depth and another section has less depth, and hence the moment of inertia changes. So this kind of problem you can come across either in simply supported beam or a cantilever beam or hanging beam. So how to tackle this is, while drawing the bending moment diagram, you are including the term EI. So you are using this term area of bending moment diagram by EI. So while substituting this, you have to draw another diagram in order to better understand and solve easily. So you have to divide that by EI for each and every different type of span. So for each and every different element, so you will be drawing a next diagram, and by this diagram you can solve the problem. So let us see this kind of a problem. If your span has two or number of moment of inertia or two or more number of Young's modulus, so then what will be your deflection? If you want to find the solution for this kind of problem, let us take this example and understand. A cantilever beam which is having a stepped moment of inertia. So this is known as the stepped moment of inertia. So I is higher here, that is 8 into 10 power minus 6 meter power 4, and for the next element you are having I equal to 3 into 10 power minus 6 meter power 4. So the step reduction of moment of inertia is found here, is subjected to a load of 4 kilonewton at the free end. So the free end is at B, it is having a 4 kilonewton load, and using moment area theorem, evaluate the slope and deflection at free end. So we will be finding slope and deflection at the point B. Okay. So in order to solve these problems, first what we will do is we will use theorem 1, that is area by EI as the slope, area into centroidal distance by EI as the deflection. Okay. So for that we will find the bending moment diagram. So let us find the same bending moment diagram here. So if you take bending moment at the junction point between two moment of inertia, you will be getting 4 into 1, that is 4 kilonewton meter as the bending moment. And at the point A, you will be getting 4 into 2 is 8 kilonewton meter. So this is your bending moment at the point A. You got the bending moment at the two junction point. After that, you have to make another drawing. So here we have not introduced by EI. So if you are dividing at the point, at this junction point 4 by EI, so you can consider from the center point to the B, there is no change of moment of inertia. Hence you can take this as 4 by EI. So EI is given here as E is 204 into 10 power 6 kilonewton per meter square, and it is written here, and I is given as 3 into 10 power minus 6. So if you divide 4 by EI, you will be getting an answer of 0.00654 meter, and you can see that this is minus 6.54, and the area covered between the point A and the center of the span, you got the total bending moment as 8. So let us apply 8 by A here, and E will be 204 into 10 power 6 and I will be 8 into 10 power minus 6 between this area. So if you divide this, you will be getting the ordinate at A as 4.9 into 10 power minus 3 units. Hence the moment is being reduced and it is taken as 4.9. At this point, you got the bending moment of 4 kilonewton meter, and if you divide 4 kilonewton meter divided by 8 into 10 power minus 6 into 204 into 10 power minus 6, you will be getting minus 2.54 into 10 power minus 3 units. Hence you got all the three values, that is the area between the first element and the second element and the transition point. So in this transition point you will be getting two values, that is for the right element and for the left element. Hence we got all the revised drawing here. So by this drawing we can use the formulas easily. Now with this diagram you can apply area to find slope and area into distance as the deflection. Now this is our drawing which has to be considered. Now the area of first drawing and the theta b, we can add all the area, that is half into base into height. So half base is 1 meter and 1 into height is 6.54. So this is one area, and the second area is, so up to this you are having 2.45 and breadth is 1 meter, 1 into 2.45 is written here, and the third area is half into breadth is 1, height is 4.9 minus 2.45, and which will be 2.45. So this is the third area. If you add all three areas, so we have taken 10 power minus 3 outside, so you will be getting in terms of 0.0069 radians. And if you need the deflection, you can multiply the distance. So the distance here is 2/3 of base. So base here is 1 meter. We know the area. If you divide this, you will be getting the area as 3.27 into 2/3 of 1. So this is the first area, and the second area is 2.54 into the centroidal distance up to the point B. So this is 1 plus 0.5, so that is 1.5, and for this area you will be having 2/3 of base. So 2/3 of 1 plus 1 is the distance. Your area is 1.225 into 2/3 of base plus 1. So you will be getting this value, and if you simplify you will be getting minus 7.895 into 10 power minus 3 in terms of meter. The total deflection is 7.9 mm. So by this concept, your problem might be multiple stepped element you can have. The thing is, you have to find the conventional bending moment first, and you have to reduce according to the Young's modulus or moment of inertia for each element. So you have to split that into each and every element. If you have three different types of elements, you have to split those three elements, and for each and every distance you have to divide by EI in order to get the next level of bending diagram. Let us take another problem and understand this concept. So you are having a stepped section here, and find the slope and deflection at free end by moment area method. So you are having a two load, which is 40 kilonewton and 20 kilonewton. So let us find the bending moment at the first stepped section. So 20 into the distance here is 3. So it will be 60 by EI. So this distance is 60 by EI here. And for the next section, let us take the single 20 kilonewton load here. So 20 into the total distance is 6. So 20 into 6 is 120 by EI. So in this EI increase of the section, so you have to divide by 2I. So here the value is given in terms of I here. So if this is moment of inertia, this is twice of moment of inertia. So if you divide 120 by EI, you have to substitute I in terms of 2I. So if you cancel 120 by 2, you will be getting 60 by EI. So that is your revised area for this section. And at the transition point, so if you are taking 20 into 3, it will be 60, and if you are dividing it by 2 EI, and 60 by 2 is 30. So you will be having a 30 by EI as the bending moment. So you have to note that at this transition point, you have to find the bending moment by both the sections. So you will be getting that value. Okay, next for considering the load 40 kilonewton, we have to draw a new diagram. So 40 into distance is 3. So it will be 120. So 120 divided by EI. So our I is 2I. So 120 by 2 is 60 by EI. So this is our second drawing. So if you are having more number of loads, you have to draw another diagram according to the type of load. Okay. After drawing that, we have found out the centroid. That is, this will be 2/3 of 3. So 2/3 of 3 from the point B. So you need deflection at point B. Hence, we are finding centroid at point B. And for the second section, let us take this as a triangle. Also, you can consider this as a triangle. You can take the two triangles. First triangle is P2 here, 1/3 of base. So 1 by 3 into 3, it will be 1, 1 plus 3. So 1 by 3 into 3 plus 3, it will be 4 meter. And for the next type of triangle, you can cut this section either in terms of rectangle and a triangle, or you can cut this into both triangle. And P3 is a triangle which is having a centroid. This is 2/3 of base, that is 2/3 of 3 into the distance, remaining distance is 3. So if you add that, you will be getting 5 meter. And the next centroid will be 2/3 of base is 3, 2/3 of 3 plus this 3 meter distance. Okay, so in order to find the deflection, let us find the first area. Half into 3 into 60 is written here into the centroid is 2 meter. So we have already found out, and plus the second area is P2, half into base is 3 and height is 30. It is written here into 4 meter, that is the centroid, and the third centroid is 5 meter, and the area is half into 3 into 60. Next you are having a 40 kilonewton. For this, half into base is 3 meter and height is 60, and half BH into the distance is 5. So if you add all the values, you will be getting 1260. So 1260 by A is your deflection. So if you want slope, you can just add this area in order to find the slope. Yes, this is the method of stepped type beam which is given in your problem. You can use this concept, and I hope that we have covered mostly cantilever beam and simply supported beam, all the types of problem in the area moment method. So according to the Young's modulus, according to the moment of inertia, if it is different, you can split into finite number. If you have two number of sections, you can split into two element, and you have to find two EI diagram in order to solve. So the moment area method is an approach to find slope and deflection for the determinate structures. I hope you found additional information regarding the moment area method. By this, I will conclude this moment area topic for determinate structures. In next session, we shall look into conjugate beam method and how to find slope and deflection by using conjugate beam method. Happy learning. See you again.